In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit audio in DaVinci Resolve for beginners. If you're just getting started, you want to edit audio, DaVinci Resolve is a good place to do it, but you will need to know a few things up front before you get started. So here I've got an untitled project I've just created in DaVinci Resolve, and it prompts me to import media. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my voiceovers here, drop Greg in, and I can scrub over and just make sure that's there. Yeah, that's Greg, that's cool. And then I'm going to bring in a few breakers. We can audition them by hovering and hitting space. So that gives me, and you'll notice as I scrub, it scrubs them as well. So I'm literally just going to select a bunch, holding down Shift, and drag them in as well. And I might go back up one directory and pull in a stager as well. A longer piece of music might be needed. And we don't need any of this because this is all video stuff. Cut, edit, fusion, and color. Just Fairlight for the audio. And you'll see there are no tracks to work with. So how do we get started? File, new timeline. And we give it a title. So audio edit, like so. Track types, let's start with stereo. But actually, I'm going to also insert down here. Clicking to the left-hand side, by the way, where the tracks are, and add track, we're going to add a mono track. That's going to be for the voice, and we'll add another stereo track for sound effects. And of course, if we like, we can give these all a different name as well. So this will be SFX1. This is going to be SFX2. So let's do that. And then we're going to have this mono track is going to be the VO, the voiceover, okay? So now we've got everything exactly as we'd like it to be. Later on, we can make these tracks bigger and smaller as well. That's absolutely fine. We can also see over here in our mixer view, we can see the different various tracks and scroll through them and see them in action. So that's super helpful. I'm going to pull Greg in now to the voiceover track. There he goes. And we can make this nice and big and audition a little bit of his voice.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, let's just take that little bit. I'm going to take that little bit because that's going to be the piece I want to work on. I'm going to hit cut there to cut the rest. I'm going to delete the rest of that audio and really focus in on what Greg is saying here and maybe produce this up a little bit. So I've just zoomed in using the zoom controls up here in the top right. Now I'm going to beef up his voice by using, first of all, Dynamics, which is here on audio track 2. This is my voiceover track, labeled VO down here. Double click and I can add a compressor. Let's set it up with a threshold of about -25, I think, for voiceover. And we'll go for a strong, quite aggressive compression of 4:1.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, that's quite loud. Or quite a lot of compression, but it's got quieter. Let's turn the mix up.
Live from the center of Beirut.
And use the makeup gain to make it louder.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
You notice it's going into the red on the meters. We just want to make sure it doesn't go above 0 dB, okay? Red is not a problem, just don't go higher than 0. And we can ensure that by switching on the limiter as well. And this will be quite a hard limiter at -21.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Now that might actually work for radio imaging, but I might move that up just a bit more, smidge more.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
So you can hear how that's making an impact. Also got an expander that we can put on to quiet now any background noise as well.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
And if we prefer using a gate will roll stuff off, particularly the low-end room noise that we don't need on this recording. So it's a great way to instantly edit your audio and your voiceover to sound as good as it can. We can also use EQ, but we'll use that in a second when we get the lay of the land of maybe inserting, say, this stager here, and I'm just dragging and dropping from my media window over here onto the timeline here. And you'll see, if I expand this out a little bit, the stereo track that we got playing here.
Live from the center of Beirut.
Okay, so you can hear there's a big problem there, first of all, with levels. Let's play again.
Live from the center of Beirut.
So it sounded like a good mix, but unfortunately we're now clipping and also this audio is distorting. So I'm going to go to the bus and I'm going to insert an effect that's going to stop us from doing anything like that. So we've got all kinds of different effects here. We've got metering effects, we've got dynamics effects. A limiter would be a good thing to put on here, and we'll maybe limit the level at, say, Let's go for -1 dB.
Straight to your heart.
Okay, it's compressing it, but it's no longer clipping, so that's fixed things. As you can see, the limiter is really working to fix things. Now we need to get our audio levels sorted out. I've got a feeling we need to turn the makeup gain a bit more up on the dynamics, so let's do so and see if we can get that louder.
Live from the center of Beirut.
Okay, so I'm going to need to turn down the level a little bit when the voice kicks in. And to do that, I'll click onto this music track and I'll also hold down the Alt or the Option key if you're on a Mac and place a couple of keyframes, one here and one here. And now I can go ahead and grab and just turn that down. See? So I'm not turning down the initial start of the music, but I am turning down the rest. Let's play it from the start.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, this is sounding pretty good. This is what I like. I can also go into Inspector and I can change things with the audio. So if I want, I can go on to track 1 and I can increase the volume a bit. Look at that. Changes the levels. Let's listen.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
And that's sounding really good. So I'm really getting a good vibe for this. You've got pan options as well, but most importantly, a dialog leveler can really help you if you actually select the audio and switch that on. Dialog leveler will optimize for most sources, allow wider dynamics, lift soft whispery sources. There's lots that can happen here. Let's listen to what it does.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
And we can obviously turn that up a little bit.
Live from the center of Beirut,
straight to your heart.
And of course I can do silly things like pitch as well. I couldn't keep my hand off pitch. We got equalizer as well. So if I really want to equalize Greg here, I can really work on him and I can put like a little bit of a high pass filter here, roll off the bass.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
You just hear the jittering there as I'm changing the audio, but this is sounding good.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Now we're getting a good sound. And we'll put on some boomy bass as well. Let's hear how he sounds now.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
And then, of course, I can make use of track 1 by using one of these little outro stabs. So let's pop that in there and maybe make the track bigger so we can see what's going on.
Straight to your heart.
Okay, let's actually trim that sound effect there. Let's pull that in like so and just use the end part of that, make it a bit louder as I did just there. And then let's see if we can make another scissor cut around about here using the scissors. Boom, get rid of that.
Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, that could probably do with a little neater editing. Let's get rid of the inspector now. We don't need that. Got a bit of a bigger timeline display. And we can really zero in, zoom in on this and see where we're going. We can actually line that up specifically so that it sort of matches nicely. And it pretty much does that.
To your heart.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's zoom it out. Maybe we could make it a little bit slicker.
The center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, that's probably a bit loud, so I'm actually going to zoom in on this again, and I'm going to just turn that level down a bit so it's not too imposing.
Straight to your heart.
A little bit less.
Straight to your heart.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And finally, if we want to add another vocal effect, we can do on the VO channel itself right here. I can go into effects. I could go for something like delay. Let's go for echo because that's always a good one. Let's pick one of their presets like a swirling close. Ooh, yeah, that looks like it could be good. Let's play and hear how it sounds.
Live from the center of Beirut, straight to your heart.
Okay, not too bad. As you can see, it's a basic introduction to audio editing for beginners. We've already mixed together 3 tracks, a music track, a sound effect, a voice. We've kind of enhanced the sound of it and really started to produce something that's working quite well in Fairlight inside DaVinci Resolve. If you want to go deeper and really make a voice sound better or cinematic or perfect for your project, if you want to make it pop out the speakers, you definitely want to watch my next tutorial, which is all about sounding better in DaVinci Resolve. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments down below.